Hey girls, it's Wednesday. Sorry about the whole video failure thing last week. Last Wednesday was a little bit crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it since we all just, failed across the board, but maybe we just needed a week? I don't know, I'm on reading break right now. I'm sure you guys know this already, but the whole reason they throw reading break in for university students is because apparently this week is like the highest suicide rate for students or something because they're just so stressed out. So that's why they give us reading week, so, people don't kill themselves as much. It's really horrible, actually. I don't know what you guys do in the States, maybe you have it later, because I'm pretty sure your semester ends later than ours does up here. Like, I'm done around April. My last day of classes is April 16th, and we're going exams probably until about May. And I think you guys finish classes around May? I don't know. Kylie, can you answer my question tomorrow? That'd be cool. Thanks. So I haven't really prepared this critical thinking, but what I started to think about, actually, I haven't really done a lot of research though. Okay, I did a little bit. And this is mainly because of a project that I have to do for a class that I'm doing, and we're supposed to look up an article on research in music education. And one of the topics that my prof suggested we pick was gender roles. If you have experience with music, you have probably seen this a lot. There are gender-specific roles depending on the type of instrument. Just think about it for a second. Think about all the instruments in the orchestra and in the band, and what gender do you associate with them? So if I say flute, what do you think? You think girl, right? If I say tuba, you think boy, right? See, it sucks that that's how that works, but it's what happens, and it's really strange to think about. Because for me, my music experience, my first experience in band was very different because I went to an all-girls junior high school. So our whole band was girls, like the entire percussion section was girls, our tuba player was a girl, they were all girls. If I look back on it now, there's personality types associated with the different instruments. So my friend who played the flute, she was very stereotypically girly. My friend who played the tuba, she was a bit more of a tomboy. I was kind of in between both. I don't know, I just wanted to play percussion because it looked like fun. But it's those stereotypes that seem to just fit around all the instruments wherever you go. If I take a look at the orchestra, the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra, the percussion section's all male, the brass section's all male, the violin section is primarily female, and the cello section is primarily male. And the idea behind this research article that I was reading was to figure out whether or not children associate these gender stereotypes. So the study that they did, they took a bunch of kids from kindergarten, grade 3 and grade 5, I believe they did, and they had a bunch of university students demonstrate them. And one group of kids saw all male demonstrators, and another group of kids saw all female demonstrators. And they didn't really pinpoint the gender stereotyping until about grade 3 or 5. The kindergartners just picked kind of what they thought sounded cool. Gender stereotypes apparently start getting imbued in children by about grade 5. Like, they don't have them when they're little and tiny. I didn't finish reading the whole article, but it continued on that maybe it was adults that were doing these gender stereotypes, and it happens closer when you become an adult, not when you're little. The idea behind the study is they don't want to put gender stereotypes on kids in music. Well, you don't want to put gender stereotypes on kids at all, and I think a lot of the time, this generation especially, we're trying not to do that, and we're really good about that. It's the older generation, like our parents, that kind of have this whole mentality about it that you're a girl, you can only do certain things, and you're a guy, and you can do these certain things. And I think we're getting a lot better about it, especially those of us, well, the people that I know, they're really good about it. They don't really care whatever you are, just as long as you do what you love. And that's what I think people should do. They should just do what they love, and they shouldn't matter about stereotypes or anything at all. I guess it's a pretty common opinion for everyone that's on the internet. Well, at least the people I know. Part of a very forgiving and loving community on the internet, I think, or at least all the people I know. They'll probably just go crazy on someone when they say, oh, you're a girl, you can't do that. Those are the kind of people I know. I think it's important not to influence kids that they should play a certain instrument just because of the gender that they are. Like, that's the kind of stuff you want to avoid when you're a teacher, right? And I think that's going to be a really good thing for me when I'm a teacher, because I'm a female and I'm a percussionist. Funny story, when I tell people I'm a musician, the first thing out of their mouths is, what do you play? I tell them percussion. The second thing out of their mouths is, oh, that's kind of strange, because there's not a whole lot of female percussionists. I usually counter with the fact that there's more female percussionists in the studio this year than there are guys. We have 2 guys out of 6 total percussionists. I think it's going to be really good for the kids to see me as a teacher being a female percussionist. So I guess, yeah, I kind of defy the gender stereotype a little bit, but you don't want to impress kids upon that, because that's kind of what they see in media, or like what their parents tell them. Though by the time I am a teacher, I'm sure those parents will probably be a lot better at not putting gender stereotypes on their children. I hope so, because there's still a lot of people out in the world that don't really think like that, and they put the gender stereotypes in their kids, and that hinders kids, because then they think automatically that they can't do a certain thing that maybe they might actually be really good at and really enjoy. So you can't do that to people. You can't tell them they can't do a certain thing just because they're a certain gender. That's kind of my rant on gender stereotypes. Yeah, if you want to debate about it, leave things in the comments below. Updates, I've started watching Supernatural. It's terrifying. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. But I feel like a lot of it's been spoiled for me already, because a lot of people that I follow on Tumblr watch Supernatural, so I've seen a lot of things already, and I kind of know what's coming, but I kind of don't. Because usually when I see Supernatural, I just kind of like scroll past it. And it's stuff from like season 8, and so I'm still in season 1. That's all. Goodbye, my lovelies. Kylie, I'll see you tomorrow.